Interestingly enough, same thing again, feel this belly. You'll see that the right side is actually pretty loose and the left side is tighter. Okay. Did you? Yeah. His right side feels really loose. So that would mean that his hip is still tight on that side.
You can see it from his feet.
Yeah, so if you look, you'll see he's tight here, not so tight here, and then not so tight here. So there's just a little bit of an imbalance of different bands that we got going. So there is, what we'd expect then is that this outer band is still quite tight on that side, which it is. Do you want to have a feel of that? And that's tighter than on this side. So that's what we, I haven't really come up with a strategy for him yet. It's just a case of let me see how I go with his legs. I'm probably thinking legs first if I can, you know. But I might invent my strategy as I go, because the one's not really clear to me right now. I just want to get a feel for it. Obviously there's some belly tension there, so I want to get that and I want to get the leg tension out. That to me seems the most obvious thing that we need done. Just let me know, just scream if it's too light, okay? He likes quite hard pressure. How's that for pressure?
That's fine.
Good. So just warming that up, now getting a feel for this band here, which he's not as bad in. A lot of people are really bad in here. He's more into that side band that he's tight on both legs, especially as you come around through here. Does anybody want to feel this? Yeah.
It's right.
Yeah. Feel through there. More like a steel cable through there. Which is interesting that he's, not as tight up here. He's had that knee operation, so his body's not as, if he hadn't had that operation, we would have probably seen a hell of a lot more tightness coming all the way up. But his body's been. Now your feet seem pretty cold.
Yeah.
Have you got one more towel somewhere? Okay, so I'm sort of thinking I might need to start with his feet, but I want to just have a feel of this leg as well. And that leg is a little bit unusual in that it's so tight down there and not as tight there, which the operation obviously explains that. And this IT band here is very tight as well. But not as bad as when I worked on him just for a few minutes or whatever earlier on in the week. This was just impossible to get into. It was just so tight. So what I'm thinking is, I think I'm going to have to really get into his feet. So especially where this band comes up through here. All right? So that's where I'm going to reduce, because I really want to reduce that. That's his worst area. And then that comes up and gets him right in here. Does anybody want to have a feel just in here?
You see how links breathing.
Yeah. And that's going to make him tight through here. Feel how it bounces out at you? So to me, that seems like still his worst area. Part of it. So I'm going to start down here. This spot in particular. I'm going to come in, work the toes. So I'm sort of twisting him to the side, and that's how I got that little click out of that one. I'm going to work his whole foot while I'm here. You can see they don't want to click in this way. That's due to all this tightness through here. This tightness through here relates to tightness in the chest as well, okay? And that's where we're seeing he does have a lot of
Every
tightness.
time you do that, his left chest like.
Yeah. So now I'm getting in between the toes, in between the, they call them metatarsals in Latin, which are these bones through here. I'm stretching his toes back so I can get in there a little bit easier too. Because his body's quite strong and muscly and that, you're going to have to go fairly hard, which, as I said, not feeling like that. I'll warm up. So I'm just warming this whole foot, getting into the toes. Now see how that one clicked? That one's not, means he's still tight in here. You feel an awful lot of tightness. Can you feel that in there? I'm going to work across the foot like this. I'm just going to get the whole foot because I may as well, I do feel some tension up through here. It's nowhere near as bad as through here, but I may as well work the whole thing. So here I'm coming in like this. How's that pressure, Jason? Is it too light?
It's a difficult question.
I mean, I could use my elbow through here.
He wants to say yes.
All right.
Brandon comes into it now.
So I'm following this band around here. I'm going to want to kind of move his leg a little bit like that so I can start to get into this band as it comes up here. You would only want to do this with your elbow if you're, very used to using your elbow. Can you feel that in there, Jason, or is it just too light for you?
No, I